That's a sad one to lose that so quickly, but that's how it works. They had a good their deck just lined up really well against mine. It's just fast. It's able to get underneath this. The Force of Will for the Veteran Explorer start was really good. All right. I don't mind this actually. I can play the Verdant. I can turn 2 Sakura-Tribe Elder, hold up Abrupt Decay. I have Green Sun for Veteran Explorer. I can get to 4 pretty easily for sneak attack. I'm gonna keep this. I don't know if I've played this person. I'm gonna check my spreadsheet real quick. I think that they're like a known person. They're like somebody who's pretty good. I've not played this person. All right, so I'm just gonna play the Verdant and pass. And then I'll hold up the snow-covered forest, or I'll play the snow-covered forest. Curse Catcher. Okay. Okay. So this is Merfolk, maybe some sort of inverter deck, or whatever. You know, the Thassa's Oracle deck. Okay. So I'm gonna fetch just basic forest here, and then maybe I'll play Sakura-Tribe Elder because I don't want them to use Curse Catcher to. I don't want them to be able to use Curse Catcher to stop the Green Sun Zenith. They're like, what is this? Is this really Legacy? Sakura-Tribe Elder is not super common in Legacy. It does see very occasional play. More of like a commander card or something. So here I can sacrifice the Sakura-Tribe Elder at the end of turn and then play the Taiga and just play sneak attack into something. I don't hate that because that does sort of represent something fairly lethal the turn after. We'll see. I don't really know how fast this deck is supposed to be, my opponent's deck that is. Like how fast are they supposed to win? Well, I'm gonna just block here, and I am gonna sacrifice it. And I'm gonna get a mountain. Well, let's see what they do. They're doing something here. Oh, they're gonna stifle it. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get that anyway. I'm gonna get that mountain one way or the other. And I'm going to Green Sun like this. And this way I'm playing around Curse Catcher. Curse Catcher sort of operates like a daze. So I'm gonna grab Veteran Explorer and pass. Would be nice. This would be a perfect time to have something like Village Rites. But now I have a blocker for Curse Catcher. I am worried a little bit about giving them 2 lands. Because, you know, I assume this isn't some like benign Merfolk aggro deck. I assume that this is running Thassa's Oracle and, you know, something like something that exiles their library. Thought Lash. Okay, so it's Esper. That's interesting. I've definitely not played against a deck like this, so I don't know exactly what their game plan is. Well, let's see what they do. If they're swinging, I'm blocking. Okay. So Curse Catcher here, it's not any spell, it's instant or sorcery. So I'm actually going to just play sneak attack into, well, you know what, maybe I'll attack with Veteran Explorer first. Because if they block, you know, that lets me play around days or something like that. Okay. But I assume that they have counter magic for this, but I'm just gonna play it in as sort of the pseudo Hymn to Torak. Okay. They just have regular days, so I'll just pass. That's okay. They probably have, I didn't, regular merfolk used to run days. Tap an untapped wizard. Counter target spell. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I probably have to take care of that before I can do too much. Is this guy? This guy's not a, oh, he is a wizard. All right. Well, I'm gonna just blow him up first. So he's hoping that I'll pay for it, which I am not going to. And here I'm just going to play, or I'm going to attack with Veteran Explorer again, and then I'll play a second Veteran Explorer. So my opponent still has a fistful of cards, so that's a problem. The Plague Engineers might actually be decent here, so this is some sort of like Wizard Tribal deck. I think I saw something like that in the deck list dumps. I'm not going to look it up right now. I'm gonna play this out. They still have 4 cards. They're going to draw a 5th card here off of Ponder. We'll see how that goes. So if they attack with Curse Catcher, I'm definitely blocking. And I think Thassa's Aura, oh, there's another wizard. All right. Okay. Okay. So that's a thing. So I don't mind trying to get back, say, like Abrupt Decay here. I like that. But maybe I'll attack first. I'm gonna attack with just 1 Veteran Explorer and leave 1 back. Maybe I should have played the Eternal Witness first, because that way I could see whether it's going to resolve before doing that. So here, I think I want a second forest. Yeah, and I think I actually have to do that if I want to do Eternal Witness into Abrupt Decay. Because I do want to kill that Bob. Alright, well, let's get Abrupt Decay here. So with Eternal Witness resolving, that sort of makes me think that maybe they don't have much in the way of counter magic. Ether Vial's fine. Meddling Mage. Sure, what are you going to name? They'll probably name Abrupt Decay, thinking that they're turning me off from all my removal, but I have Punishing Fire and Assassin's Trophy. I doubt they name Sneak Attack here. But they could. I mean, they saw one, so they could name it. Oh, they did name Sneak Attack. Alright. Well, they were smart. That's not going to do it. So I'm just going to swing with the Eternal Witness here. And if they block with Curse Catcher, like, that's fine. This Patron Wizard, yeah, they're not a legendary. Okay. I'm going to just play out the Karakas and pass. I mean, I have no real issues with that. You know, they can sneak in a Curse Catcher, and next turn it's... I mean, Ether Vial does become a problem, but they're not really mana limited right now. I feel like a Ether Vial in the mid game isn't that much of a worry. Against Esper Vial, it's a little bit more because I feel like they just are constantly getting value out of Ether Vial, even on like turn 7. But I guess I don't know this deck well enough to see whether they're going to get a lot of value. Well, I'm about to get a lot of lands, I can tell you that. So I'm gonna fully get. I only get 3 because I think I only run that many basics, but we'll see how this goes. They 3-for-1 me, but I'm not. I guess I'm not that worried about it. Okay, so they run a grand total of 2 basics in their whole deck. They do get to beat down for 5 though every turn after this one, so that's a problem. I need something like a Punishing Fire or something. Sylvan Library is a pretty good draw. You know, I'm in a bit of trouble, but that at least is something. You know, I probably can't get too aggressive with it, but it's something. Actually, maybe I'll switch to yield until the end step. So, you know, to get a combo out, I need to kill the Meddling Mage and then sneak attack. So that's not great. But Curse Catcher, you know, countering unless I spend 1 that's pretty dead now. Let's see what they got here for 5 mana. I guess 6 mana. So they can hard cast Force at this point. Although you would think that they would have forced the Sylvan Library if they could have. All right. Grove of the Burnwillows is not going to do much here, unless there's a Punishing Fire with it. Okay. Woodland Bellower is pretty good. They can have a Force, and so I could pay 4 here, go to 5, cast Cabal Therapy for Force of Will, and then cast it. Or I can just play this into Force of Will. I think I'll pay 4 just to sort of see what's in their hand. I'm betting they have Force of Will, so you know, if I don't do that, I'm almost in the same position because I'm really betting they have this since they had a bunch of counter magic. Otherwise, no, just a bunch of Plague Engineers. Okay, well let's just play it like this. I'm gonna tap like that. Okay, well Woodland Bellower's pretty good. I guess I could have got Scavenging Ooze. Maybe that was the right play to get. But it's okay. It's okay. I think I'll probably just get Fierce Empath as a blocker and then get Primeval Titan here. I think that's probably my best bet. Because they can play another Plague Engineer. They actually have multiple, which turns off my... that'll turn off my... the Field of the Dead, too, if they just play 2 Plague Engineers. However, they'll probably play a Plague Engineer naming Elf maybe here to try to get in some more beats. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. Oh, well. Great. now I'm in big trouble. Let's see what they do here. Yep. Yep. Oh, you know, I should have flashed back Cabal Therapy and hit the Plague Engineer. You know, that's a misplay, but it's probably not one that's going to cost me the game. There's, I guess, might as well. I think I'm probably dead here, regardless. Yeah, none of that does anything. So, time to concede. So I made a misplay there, not flashing back Cabal Therapy and getting the 2 Plague Engineers. That was definitely something I should have done. It puts me in the same position. So, but at least then they don't have Plague Engineers. They still Meddling Mage from Primeval Titan. They still attack and I block, and they're left with a pretty favorable board position. And then I draw nothing, so I probably just die. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so I think I definitely want this. Reclamation Sage seems good against an Aether Vial deck. Plague Engineer seems good against a Wizard deck. I didn't see any graveyard stuff. Veil of Summer is a maybe. It's maybe. So against what they're doing, do I want the combo? That's the question. Against something that's so heavy on counter magic. I think Punishing Fire should be really good here. Even Collector Ouphe is pretty good. The answer might be I don't want the combo. It might just be too fragile against meddling mages, and you know, they might even have something like Phyrexian Invoker. So I might cut the combo here and go to just, you know, something a little more bland. Let's see. They're running white, so they probably have Swords to Plowshares. So I think I want Village Rites. I think Cabal Therapy here is pretty good. I didn't see any legendaries, so I might actually cut something like Karakas. Yeah, I think I can cut Karakas. I think if I've cut the combo, I can cut Fierce Empath and maybe even Woodland Bellower. Just go to like a fair, like Primeval Titan plan. Now here's the question: do I want Veil of Summers or is something else better? I think I want the Collector Ouphe against Aether Vial. I don't know if I strictly need Sakura-Tribe Elder. Yeah, maybe I'll cut. Maybe I'll cut a Sakura-Tribe Elder for 1 Veil, and we'll do that. Because I think Red Blasts are good. I think Carpet's good. Actually, you know, I didn't see that much in blue. You know what? No, they have blue permanents, so I definitely want Red Elemental Blast. They do have basics, so I'm wondering whether I can cut 1 Veteran Explorer. I think this is okay. I'm going to just do this. So it's going to be a pretty fair game plan, no sneak attacks, and hopefully like they name the wrong thing with Meddling Mage. That's sort of my plan. Ugh. Why couldn't this be a Taiga? So this is a mulligan. Oh man, that's a bad hand too. 1 more land and this is a pretty good hand. Why couldn't maybe this Plague Engineer would have been Karakas maybe if I didn't make that change. My opponent keeps 7. I think I have to go to 5 here. I hate doing it, but all right, this is a keep. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna bottom the Eternal Witness. I can't cast Village Rites, but is it better than anything else? I think because if I can get the Sylvan to stick, then I can probably draw black mana. But I like the Rex Sage. I'm gonna bottom the Rex Sage and keep the Village Rites. You know what? No, I'm gonna bottom the Village Rites. I'll keep the Rex Sage. Rex Sage just seems good in this matchup. they are running Stifle, which, you know, makes it so you have to really time your Veteran Explorer deaths. Let's see what my opponent's up to. Ponder's okay. So here, you know, I can jam Sylvan Library into Daze, which I know they're running. They might have cut it on the draw, but maybe not. You know, it's still a pretty good card. Helps you get back into the game. Well, if only this was a swamp, I'd be in a little bit better spot. So I'll just play the Cabal, or play the Sylvan Library into Daze. Oh, but it sticks, so that's good. Let's hope they don't have removal for it, because I think it'll really help my game plan. Okay. All right. Oh, this is trouble. Okay, so I can play Carpet of Flowers and then get black mana, cast Cabal Therapy, Flashback Therapy, and then cast Punishing Fire. I think that's a thing. So I'm gonna see. Do I want everything? I think the answer is yes. I want everything here. I'm gonna just pay 8 and get back into the game essentially. So I'm gonna open with Carpet. See what they do to that. See if they force this. Okay. Well, I'm going to attack with the Veteran Explorer because he's going to die this turn. So yes, and I want black mana. Yep. And I'm going to open with Cabal Therapy on my opponent. And let's see, I don't have to worry about Stifle here. But maybe I'll just name Force of Will. If they had it, though, I think that they would have forced the Sylvan Library. So maybe, what else do I think is a 4 of in this list? Probably Meddling Mage. That's probably a 4 of. I'll name that. Okay, so they do have a Stifle. They have a second Dark Confidant. They have a Patron Wizard. That's okay. Okay. So I'm not super worried about Patron Wizard. I do need the flashback to stick, so I'm going to probably flashback Cabal Therapy and probably I'm going to hit the Dark Confidant, I think. So they don't have the mana to Stifle here, so that's why it's going to stick. And I'm going to get another forest and a swamp. And I'm going to name Dark Confidant. I think that that's just more of a worry than the Patron Wizard. Yep. And I'll hit the Dark Confidant. Okay, great. And here, I think that I just hit the Dark Confidant and hold up. I don't think I'm going to Green Sun for another Veteran Explorer. Patron Wizard taxes my mana, but I have Carpet of Flowers now, so I'm not super worried about it. Yep. Okay, Punishing Fire is pretty good here. Okay. So I can Punishing Fire the Patron Wizard, and then maybe get something like Meren. I think that's good. Yeah, maybe I'll get that. I think that's pretty good. I want all these cards, but I don't think I should keep them all. So I'll probably just put the Plague Engineer on top and put the Abrupt Decay on top. Or could I, should I go to 8? Maybe I will go to 8. I'll keep the Abrupt Decay just in case. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. So yes, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to generate. Let's go with green mana, and I'm going to open by Punishing Fire that guy. He's going to make me pay for it, and then I'll pay for it. Yes. Oh, so I can't actually get Meren here. That's unfortunate. So should I get a 3-drop? And I think the answer is no. I'll just hold back. I don't think there's really any reason to rush it. So I'm going to just pass and hold up. And here I have Abrupt Decay in case they play something, but I don't know what they have. So here at this point, I now have no idea. They'll probably shuffle away some of these lands. All right. I sort of have no idea what they have. Okay. That's fine. Hope they don't name Abrupt Decay. Yeah, that's fine. They name Sneak Attack. So I'm going to just Abrupt Decay here. Actually, I'm wondering, maybe I shouldn't even bother. Yeah, maybe I just won't bother. I'm just going to let it go. Okay. I don't think I want Veteran Explorer here, and I don't think I need Plague Engineer. So maybe... So I can generate 3 mana, I'll have 7. I can Green Sun for 6. Or I can... they do have Wasteland, so I do feel like getting... actually, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe I will do that. So yes, I'm going to use Carpet, and I'm going to generate green mana. I'll play Verdant, and I'm just going to Green Sun for 6. And I have a Verdant in case they have Daze. I'm going to hope this resolves. Okay, let's get Primeval Titan. So they might try to stifle this, and that's fine if they do. I mean, I guess that keeps them alive. They might Swords it too. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, because I could also get back the Grove of the Burnwillows, or get a Grove if Primeval Titan doesn't die here. Okay. Tireless Tracker is pretty good. Grove is really good. Even Veil of Summer is pretty good. I think I like getting the Tireless Tracker, because then I can play Tireless Tracker, attack with Primeval Titan, and draw into the Grove. Like, and even if they stifle the Primeval Titan, that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna put this on top. I'm gonna put this on top. I'm gonna play the Tireless Tracker. Yep. Yes. So I'm gonna get green mana, and I'm gonna just play out the Tireless Tracker for free. And so here I'm gonna go to attacks. I'm not too worried about losing the mana. Let's see if they have another Stifle for this one. Another Stifle. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm still gonna crack and get a clue or something, and you know, I don't really care. They can wasteland me if they want to, but I'm gonna get a Taiga here. No, I'm gonna get a Badland. That triggers the Tireless Tracker, and I'll crack a clue. That is a pretty good draw. And I'm gonna pass here. So I'm holding up Grove and a couple other things. So they're wastelanding the Grove. So they're forcing the action here. So I'm gonna let them gain life. So yes, I'm gonna pay for one Punishing Fire, and I'm gonna pay actually for the second Punishing Fire too. And they can kill the Grove. There's more Groves if they can't deal with Primeval Titan. So I'm holding up Abrupt Decay, and I have the clue just in case. I don't quite have lethal, I guess. I guess I do actually if I can. So I can Abrupt Decay the Meddling Mage, or, you know, I can actually hit the clue. Yeah, well, let's see what they have here. Deputy of Detention. So this is until he leaves the battlefield. All the player knows with the same name until Deputy of Detention leaves the battlefield. So that's okay. So who are they going to target? So I don't want this to happen, so I'm gonna Abrupt Decay here. That should be just about game. That's the new wording. If it was the old wording, then it doesn't work that way. Okay. Okay. So I do have lethal here, but let's see what my opponent has. I don't think there's. I mean, I guess the Bayou's the only thing that I want here. And I'm totally going to get red mana, I think. So I'm going to open with this. I'll just pay for it. And I'm going to crack a clue. And I'm going to crack another clue. So we'll tap like this. And then I essentially have lethal here, so let's see what they have. Okay. I mean, I still have Punishing Fire. So this is a win. Okay. So that was pretty good. I don't know if they noticed that Sneak Attack was gone. They might not. You know, they still named it. They obviously feared Sneak Attack, but I boarded out the combo. So they're running Wasteland. That makes me want Sakura-Tribe Elder just a little bit more. I don't know if that's worth it. They are running Stifle, which sort of is bad against, or which is good against Sakura-Tribe Elder. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't see any Ether Vials, but I think they still have Ether Vials, so I think Collector Ouphe is probably still good. And I saw a number of like Wizard X1s, so Plague Engineer still seems good. Yeah, I think all of these are pretty good. I don't think there's any of these that I really don't want. Village Rites is probably the closest thing to something that I don't want. I think between the 4 vets and the 2 carpets, I think 23 lands is probably okay, and I've cut some of the top end, so I think that mana base wise that's okay. Yeah, is there anything I want the Sakura-Tribe Elder for? I don't really feel like they're pressuring my life total early, so I don't need that aspect of Sakura-Tribe Elder. I just sort of want it against Wasteland, but maybe I just need to keep a hand that's a little more resilient against Wasteland. Yeah, I'm just gonna run this back. I still didn't see any legends, so I don't think there's anything I want with Karakas. But you know, now they know I have sort of, they didn't see Assassin's Trophy, but they know I have Abrupt Decays and Punishing Fires, which makes Meddling Mage a little bit worse. You know, I have a little bit more varied interaction. I even have Red Elemental Blast, which can also hit Meddling Mage. Because what you really don't want with Meddling Mage is for them to be able to just turn off everything you're doing. This hand really needs a black mana, but I'm going to basically hope that I draw into 1. And I have basically Green Sun Zenith and Veteran Explorer to try to get at least black mana that way, and then I can always just draw fetch land. This deck's a little lighter on fetch lands. It's got 6, but all of them can get basic swamp. I think this is okay. It could die. Okay, my opponent has mulliganed to 6. I think I'm still going to keep this because I think with them mulliganing to 6, they're less likely to have counter magic against something like Veteran Explorer, Green Sun Zenith. Obviously, they can still have Stifle, which is a problem. Like they can daze Veteran Explorer, or you know, force of will Veteran Explorer and daze Green Sun Zenith or something like that. It's a little bit of a risky keep, but you know, let's see what my opponent does against just a turn 1 vet. Yeah, something. Maybe it's a brainstorm into daze, or maybe they're trying to draw into the counter magic. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to play the Grove and get out of it the other way. See if this does better. So now I really need to draw that fetch land. And I hope that they don't have counter magic for the second vet. Oh, they did. All right. Okay, well, I'm building out my mana base while they aren't, but now I have a handful of things that I can't cast. Okay. But I don't have a play here. Let's hope that I can draw into something. Really need that fetch land. I don't have a ton of time, so I can't let this go forever. They might have boarded in something like Surgical when they saw Punishing Fire and Grove, because that sort of seems pretty bad against, like, pretty good against their game plan. You know, they have a bunch of like X1s and X2s in their deck. Well, that's a problem. Hopefully they play something like Ether Vial that Rexage just hits. Because I don't want to just play out this Rexage without getting some value. Oh, and that's pretty bad. I really need to draw like a Punishing Fire or a Swamp. Oh man, that's not what I wanted to see. My risky hand is not paying off. My risky hand is really not paying off. Maybe I should have mulliganed for a Swamp. Got greedy. wonder if they play the second one. They might. Yep. Okay, that's at least something. So I'm gonna hit that guy. And hopefully they don't have Force Negation. And I'm gonna immediately fire or get it back. I'm gonna immediately tap the Grove and get it back. They could have Surgical here, and well, then they have Surgical. This at least lets me grind them with my game plan. Something like a Patron Wizard would be pretty bad for me here, because then they can tap their 2 guys and I can't pay for it. Okay. So they get some value off of this. Get a land. They'll probably play it. Yep. Okay. Well, at least Punishing Fire will eventually shut down that. There's the Patron Wizard. So now I really do need that swamp, because they can hold up. Yeah, exactly. So here, yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, well, I'm going to just pass. And I have to discard. And I think what I'm going to discard here is Cabal Therapy, because I can always flash that back. Swords to Plowshares. Okay. Yeah, they essentially have to leave their guys on tap. But the moment I have black mana, you know, I can play Abrupt Decay on the Patron Wizard, which shuts things down. That's what although they have Stifle, so, you know, it's kind of dangerous. Another one. Okay, I mean, I guess that doesn't really change things. So I'm going to Punishing Fire here on the Dark Confidant. And even though they're going to counter it, that's okay. That taps a guy. So I'm going to just let this go. I'm going to not pay, and then I'm going to return it with Grove. Okay. That's fine. They're going to use a Stifle to make me not return it. That's seems okay. Man, this sucks. Okay, well, and yeah, anything I play they can just swords. So I'm just going to return it again now and pass the turn. Oh, I should have done that on their turn. Oh well. I'm going to pitch the other Cabal Therapy. Yeah, this is problematic. I really need that black mana, and ideally not something that's stifleable. I'm amazed that it's turn 8, and I started with 2 of these lands in my hand, and I haven't drawn anything. But I guess, you know, that's what happens when you don't have Brainstorm and Ponder in your deck. Sometimes you just don't draw what you need to draw in the right order. My opponent's got 6 lands in play, and they daze my first 2 spells. They've had no problems making land drops. Yeah, no, I'm kind of in trouble here. Like, I don't know how you get through 3 Patron Wizards. Because it can counter creature spells too. 2 Abrupt Decays will get you pretty far, but it's still trouble. Yeah, I mean, I guess play the Collector Ouphe into nothing. They're going to just counter it. That's fine. I'm not going to pay. I mean, I guess there's no reason to pay here. Yeah, I'm really baffled that I can't draw anything, but I think I'm going to lose this game as a result. It's trouble. Oh well. That's a shame. This is a pretty cool deck actually that my opponent has though. I'm kind of digging this with Patron Wizard and Dark Confidant, sort of Wizard Tribal. It's pretty good. Oh man. Yeah, there's very little chance I'm getting back into this game. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Okay. I mean, I guess yeah, I think there's no getting back into this game at this point. They can just yeah, I'm just dead. This is a shame. Because I felt like I had a pretty good game plan, but I just drew the wrong half of my deck. Yeah, there it is. 2 turns later, get a Bayou. Yep, that's a shame. All right. Well, I'm going to come back to this in a little bit, and I'll play another game then.